Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Jamie Dawn, your professional psychic advisor, success coach, evolutionary, revolutionary. Today's video is coming to you at the beginning of the week, June 11th, 2018. Thank you everybody who likes, comments, and shares these videos. You know that I try and keep you as up to date with the energy and astrological frequencies that are happening within the cosmos as well as within ourselves, because we are the universe embodied in this flesh meaty suit, which leads me to exactly what I think is a very powerful theme this week. It is feeling safe in our bodies, safe in our community, safe with one another. I'm noticing there's a lot of static, a lot of noise going on lately where it's causing us to feel a bit destabilized. It's also causing us to not feel safe, to not be able to trust in what is true for us as well as trust in another. I'm hearing all kinds of reports of people also not trusting their own physical body to be able to support them. And yes, we're all dealing with many different things in our lives, and some things are way beyond our control. But what I would like to offer to you is that this week's new moon in Gemini can actually give us that anchor point if we're willing to ground into the truth of knowing we're worthy, of being able to communicate with ourselves the very things that we can anchor to or we can establish as a perception, a perspective of the reality that we want to manifest. So when we're working with these different energies, elements in our bodies, our energetic bodies, our physical bodies, our emotional, mental bodies, when we're working with these kind of energies and they don't feel good, that there's something that is off, it's a great indication for us not to judge this, but to have great compassion for ourselves, for each other, to be able to withdraw and nurture, to be able to offer that self-care. We're so quick to give self-care to another, which is wonderful, but we forget about the fact that we need that self-care for ourselves too. And I also feel as though I'll use the fun Star Wars phrase, there's a disturbance in the force. Something is happening. I can feel it. I know you can too. And it's this buzzing noise, this sound, if you will, this static as I call it, that's waking me up in the middle of the night, that's sending me right to my meditation corner, and it's saying, hey, pay attention. What do I need? What's happening? What does this world need? And all I keep feeling and sensing is a groundedness. And what I mean by that is to be fully present in every single moment, every single thing that is calling us forth. And it's calling all of us so that we're not turned sideways, sort of looking out the corners of our eyes or whatnot, but that we take ourselves and we turn ourselves fully to face to face with whatever is trying to get our attention in order to reveal itself to us. That is intimacy. To be able to be in this space where we are truly letting whatever's there see us in all of our vulnerabilities, all of our strengths, all of our weaknesses, and allowing us to see whatever is there in all of its strengths and weaknesses. And that in this exchange, it becomes this tantric dance. It becomes this willingness to stay curious. I love the Gemini energy for that. Stay curious, to learn, to ask those questions. This is a perfect time to ask new questions at a new moon in order to gain greater understanding and also to gain greater care and love and compassion for ourselves and for each other, to become safe in our bodies. We talk about safety. Safety requires healthy boundaries. It's going to be really important that we set those boundaries. And with Mercury moving into Cancer, we can communicate what we need in order to feel emotionally secure, in order to feel good in situations, to feel good in our home, which is our body. Our body is our home. Our spirit has chosen this vessel in which to house itself. for however long it's here. And we have some really wonderful opportunities coming up this week with Venus moving out of Cancer and into Leo to be able to say, okay, maybe I've redecorated my home a little bit. Now I'm ready to show everybody. It may also be where we've sat and we said, looked around and said, I think I need a little makeover. When Venus moves into Leo, we might get a little crazy with some of that. You know, people who may seem more conservative normally decide they want to be a little more liberal with their thoughts and their the way they look. Maybe you'll see somebody have purple hair who normally has, blonde hair. Those are all aesthetics. What it can do for us, this energy this week on an emotional, mental level, is it can also help us to find new ways to communicate with ourselves, where we find beauty within ourselves, where we can find beauty within another, and how we can exchange that and express that to one another from a place of deep truth. Remember, Jupiter's in Scorpio. It wants that deep, authentic truth. And we still have Saturn sitting in Capricorn that says, slow and steady. Let's build this. Let's take our time. Nothing has to be in a rush. I noticed that, especially here in the West, we're in such a rush to get to the next thing. Yes, I admit I like something to anticipate. I love having something to look forward to. It really gets me out of bed in the morning. So looking forward to that next moment, there's nothing wrong with it. But have we given this present moment everything we possibly can, so that when that thing we're anticipating shows up, we can meet that fully? I'm going to reiterate something that I wrote in my book, Evolutionary Revolutionary, and that is one of the greatest gifts that we can give ourselves and another is to be fully present. Our full presence is a present. So, this week, when you're met with some destabilization, when you're met with those dreams that wake you up in the middle of the night, when you're met with information that gets revealed to you that doesn't feel good, because we've got some squares coming up this weekend that can create tension. But remember, I'm going to be that astrologer who does not cause fear or pain when we talk about squares. And I mean undue pain. Growth, pain signals growth kind of thing. There's going to be discomfort. There shouldn't be pain. And so this weekend, we're going to get uncomfortable. Something's going to happen that can make us uncomfortable. It could actually be a good thing. Sometimes good things happen that make us uncomfortable because we aren't quite sure what we're going to do with it. We've been wishing for something so long, and finally it's here, and it's like, now what? A square can ignite that kind of energy for us, where we're finally face to face with the very thing we wanted, and now we don't know what it really means. So you'll hear me say this over and over and over again. Every moment, every situation, every connection is an opportunity to make a choice. And it's in that choice that we can become more self-aware, more conscious, which allows us to choose, do I choose love or do I choose fear? Do I choose to be kind and compassionate or do I choose to judge? So, a little more serious this week, but it's important. This is really big stuff that's happening, and I couldn't get away from this message. Remember this, you're safe, you're worthy, because you have breath. You're here for a purpose. I'm always happy to work with you on finding that purpose and coming up with putting you on purpose. Because when we're on purpose, that's where we start to make choices that are in alignment with our truest self. So in the meantime, if you need me, please come visit me, jamiedawn.com, 12listen.com. I look forward to helping us all hopefully be a little more kind, a little more compassionate, and living on purpose. All right, you guys, have a great week.